Hello everybody, my name's Pablo Walls Blanco. You're watching Barca Bars, and well, Barcelona do get a victory in the first game after Xavi Hernandez announced that he would be leaving Barcelona as head coach at the end of the season. I think everyone came into this game probably expecting a reaction from Barcelona after everything that's happened after Xavi's departure, all the press talk, the players being devastated, certain individuals being really badly affected, the lunch at Lewandowski's place. People probably thought we're going to see a different Barcelona tonight. They're going to turn it on in front of their home fans for the first time in 2024 by the way at Montjuic. I didn't see any of that, and to be honest, I didn't expect any of that either. I think it was a flat performance from Barcelona. Looked unstable without the ball, gave away a little bit of a worrying chance at the end that we probably should have conceded from, but overall, we'll take the win. We'll take the win because, of course, now there's not really much objective left for the end of the season. It really is about securing the top 4 spot. It really is about trying to at least get into those top 2 spots in La Liga and secure our spot in the Supercopa de España next season and get a bit of the money for the Saudi Arabia tournament. And of course, in the Champions League, we've got to beat Napoli and get to at least the quarterfinals to even achieve our budget set out at the start of the season by Joan Laporta and the board of directors. So there's not much left to play for, but there are a few things left to play for. But just on the point that probably a lot of people expected a reaction tonight, I didn't, and I don't think we got one at all, and I wouldn't expect one really for the rest of the season because this Barcelona team, plagued by injuries, playing poorly all season really, isn't just going to switch on out of nowhere. It really isn't, and against Osasuna, we know what they do. They sit in, they were compact, they made life hard for us, but we moved the ball so slowly from side to side, and we weren't penetrating them really at any point of the game. I think obviously it opened up in the latter stages after Vitor Roque's goal, after the red card to Unai Garcia. Things opened up. Of course they did. And we went 1-0 up. It was always going to be a bit more open, but I don't think we carved Osasuna open today. Again, it was too slow from Barcelona, passing side to side. Lamine crossed into the box and then, nothing really came from it. So, wasn't a great performance. A bit of a dull game. Of course, more bad news is that Ferran Torres is now injured, so our injury list rises even further. That's now just 12 first-team players available we've got. So, that's bad news in the Barcelona front. And, you look at our squad and it's just depleted. If it was thin at the start of the season, it's certainly very thin now. So really worrying on the squad front. And of course, Xavi Hernandez doesn't really have much to pick from. I thought Fermin was good tonight when he came on, but then obviously went off. But I suppose the bright spark of the evening is Vitor Roque's goal, right? Vitor Roque's first goal for Barcelona, going to be a big player for this club. I thought it was a really good goal too. João Cancelo doing all of those, outside of the foot to develop passes all night. Got this one spot on. Vitor Roque front post header, superb. Really big moment for him. You could see how much it meant to him. He then drew the foul to get Unai Garcia sent off too. So, he made a lot happen off the bench. So that's a real positive for Barcelona. And of course, to get the winning goal in a game like this is important. We needed to win tonight. We knew that after the game against Villarreal. But I will say that I think Osasuna, as we saw in the Supercopa semi-finals, they're not one of those teams that are going to put us under massive pressure. So we expect to beat them. There's other sides like Villarreal, as we saw on Saturday. When they go forward, they score 5 goals from 6 shots. Osasuna weren't as strong going forward. Like I said at the start, they missed a big chance at the end, but they didn't really create much all evening, in all truth. That they let us have the ball, but still don't think we did an awful lot with it. Look, positives, Lamine Yamal again, I thought was superb. Brilliant player, really, really standing out in this team. Again, Lewandowski's a problem up front, I will say that. Again, I thought he was poor tonight. Kubarsi, good to see him in defence. And other than that, I think it was just about a 5 out of 6, or a 5 or 6 out of 10 rather game from all those players on the pitch. It wasn't really anything to shout home about for Barcelona, and that's probably what I expected in all truth in this sort of game. Everything feels a bit flat right now, and as I said, that is to be expected. So what can we do other than move on to Alaves now away on the weekend? We've got a good string of La Liga games coming up. We've beaten Osasuna now. We've got Alaves coming up. Granada's coming up. Celta Vigo's coming up. We have to win these matches. Like I say, if we want to secure top 4, want to make it at least a respectable season, get some form going into the Napoli game, we've got to win these football matches. It's as simple as that. These have to be wins, and I know we've got a lot of players missing right now, and that is certainly a worry, but there's enough quality out there for Barcelona to be winning these games. So on to that is all we can say, guys. It's a weird point in the season. Obviously, Xavi is leaving at the end of it, so it is a weird time to be a Barcelona fan. We're not going through a good patch, and of course, this time last year we certainly were. So things change very quickly in football, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately in some cases. But on the night it ends for Barcelona through a Vitor Roque goal, 1-0 against Osasuna.